Hey y'all, it's November the 15th, I believe, 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's just a real quick video and stuff. Thought we'd go ahead and read this article. I'm completely dismayed and, I don't know if I would say frustrated, so much as, this is everything I would expect, I guess, from so-called news organizations. Now, out there, like any news organization, anyone on television, to include Fox News. I never cared for Fox News. I like Tucker Carlson. I like that guy, but Fox News is really showing their booties. They really. Here's the thing about it. Every single major publication has not one concern for justice for Parkland. Now, every last one of these organizations, they also want to perpetrate and lie in front of your face, all right, and smile on your face when they do it. To include Fox News, to include whatever this lady's name is, Nicole Dara, all right? Nicole Dara is inexcusably throwing away her life. She has zero talent. In fact, she has negative talent. She has not one single clue what she's doing or talking about. She wants to make money because she, in essence, is extremely selfish, extremely, and bloodthirsty. You're gonna see this headline: Scott Peterson, Parkland deputy who didn't enter school during shooting, doesn't show for investigative panel. This isn't news. Period. Nobody was caring about your investigative panel. Whatever investigative panel you're talking about, they are guaranteed to not have a single care in the world, and they don't want to get to the bottom of anything. Of anything. And let me go ahead and illustrate that for you. Let's go ahead and read this brilliant article. Scott Peterson, the disgraced Broward County Sheriff. Can you just call him Scott Peterson? Is that possible? You have to call him disgraced. That's the very first word you're going to use on an investigation that's not even close to closed. All right, where let's just continue. The disgraced Broward County Sheriff Deputy, who did not confront Nicholas Cruz as he opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in February, declined on Thursday to testify before a public safety commission investigating the massacre. All right, so before we move on, Fox News doesn't give a damn. All right, whatever Nicole Dara, she couldn't care any less at all. That it seemed to be more than one person, more than Scott Peterson. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I was lied to and stuff like that. This was almost a year ago. All right. And we don't have no kind of freaking details. We've heard hearsay, we've heard rumors, and that's about it. That's about as much as we deserve, ain't it? All right. So just to continue, Peterson, 55, would have been asked why he didn't enter the Parkland, Florida school building where 17 people were killed in one of the largest mass shootings in modern U.S. history. Oh, he would have been asked? Has he been asked before? Has he been asked on television before? What's the point of this? These people are completely retarded, but like in a way that you choose. You had to choose to be this retarded, all right? You had to really be trying. The school resource officer's attorney, Joseph DeRusso, who we've heard from, he's in the documentary, instead appeared before the commission. So basically, you're not even giving us news. You're not even giving us news. You're saying, oh, Scott Peterson, he's running and hiding. He's not going to show up for stuff. Meanwhile, his legal representative literally showed up for this thing. You're not giving us news. All right? Nicole Dara, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, but you don't know what shame is. The school resource officer attorney Joseph DeRusso instead appeared before the commission. He told them that earlier Thursday he filed a lawsuit to stop the 14-member panel subpoena. And what's the goal of this panel? Who has a clue? All right, nobody knows. The commission, which is meeting this week to dissect, they're going to dissect the February 14th shooting, as though we hadn't already done that, as though many people haven't already done it. All right, criticize Peterson on Wednesday. Oh, they criticized Peterson? Did they criticize any of the other people? No, they didn't. All right, because they simply want to bathe in their own ignorance and victimhood. So, okay, let's reread the sentence. The commission, which is meeting this week to dissect the February 14th shooting, criticized Peterson on Wednesday, as they believe he could have prevented at least 6 deaths. This whole article is a toilet paper. If I could print it out and just go to the restroom, that's the only thing this would be worth using this for. Right, so he could have prevented at least 6 deaths. We mentioned yesterday and months and months and months ago that there was a guy named Chris McKenna. He could have prevented every single last death. He could have prevented 17 deaths and all sort of injuries. Had he done something, which he didn't do, which he was taught not to do anything. That's what he was taught to do. All right, so he was a cop in name only, says Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. So that's the thing about it. Polk County is not even the same county. Right? Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd has absolutely zero to do with this case, right? And it's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant what he's saying. And let's listen. Just take a look at this. If he had been a real cop, he would have run in there with that gun. It's like, dude, this whole article. It's like it's not the news. And what it is somebody painting you a picture of their little narrative in which you don't deserve facts. Why would you know anything about anything? We're just going to tell you the same thing that we told you 8 or 9 months ago. One victim's parents told DeRusso that Peterson didn't do his job. My daughter should be alive, blah, blah, blah. And it just continues and goes on. Oh, there's a video. Oh, we're doing the news. Oh, blah, blah, blah. All right. I've pretty much showed you what, and not just on this video, but a lot of videos, what should be blasphemous. I've shown you articles that should put people in jail. People should go to jail for their criminal ignorance. At this point, be it Fox News, CNN, it really doesn't matter, does it? Really does not matter. Meanwhile, I would say 99% of the populace has absolutely no clue. They think that for certain 100%, Nicholas Cruz shot and killed 17 people and shot up all sort of other people that day. And even though it's pretty well straight up and down impossible, they cling to it. And the reason for that is their anger and their bitterness and their victimhood. And they're wanting to blame somebody. They want to make it a very easy, cut and dried situation of, oh, this boy's guilty. No, we don't need evidence. We never did. We never did need the evidence. Why don't we kill him or let him rot in jail? All right, that's what we wanted to do from the jump. All right. Meanwhile, it's like a week or a week and a half after Broward should have had their votes in, and they do not. All right, rampant criminality by definition. All right, can't hardly get much worse than this, but it probably will. So I'll holler at y'all. It's November the 15th, 2018. I appreciate y'all, every last one of y'all, especially Rosie. I appreciate y'all, and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.